This thing on? Is this thing on? Do I even remember how to do this? Where am I? What planet am I on? TikTok? Good enough for me. Good enough for me. All right, people. Beck, what's up? You're first. Pretty close to it. Do you follow me, Beck? It's been a while since I've been live. How's it going? What's going on, everybody? My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as the Corn Coach, the coach of corn. Here to talk about the important questions in life, like is corn cheating? You're going to hear me using the word corn a lot more than I used to, because I'll be honest, I'm a little scared of the old algorithm. I got banned for 3 weeks. I got my account back, is it a week from almost 2 weeks ago. I was on vacation, so I figured I'd wait till I get back to kick the content game back up. But here we are. We are still here. So it has been a while. I don't even remember how to do this anymore. Can you hear me? Do you hear the music? Is everything working? Can you help me out, Beck? Yeah, okay. I got music, got my sound. Camera looks good. Hair needs some work, but that's all right. All right. Everything's working fine. Good. Angel, hello. You don't hear the music? You sure? You sure? It's there. It's just quiet. Maybe I'll turn it up just a tad. I like the old background music. Where have I been? I got banned, Sharon. Which Sharon is that? I got banned for 3 weeks. I was on my backup account a little bit. I did get my account back. When was that? I got it back the 20th. So it's been almost 2 weeks since I got it back. But because of the ban and everything, I've just decided to kind of wait to get things going again until I got back in action after vacation. He does live. Is it unavoidable? Yeah, well, is porn unavoidable? What are you talking about? Anyways, here's the question for the night. Is porn cheating? Do you think it's cheating to watch pornography while you're in a committed monogamous relationship? That's the question. Who would like to chat about that? I'd be happy to bring you on. You can share your story about maybe you've been betrayed by somebody watching porn or has had a physical affair. Maybe you like porn. You watch a lot of porn. You're like, oh, yeah, porn's the best. We need more porn. Maybe you're somewhere in the middle. Maybe you don't know. Maybe that's the first time you've actually sat and thought about it. So all opinions are welcome for the most part. And let's see if any guests want to come on. So, do the little guest thing right there. Cheating is different depending on the boundaries within the relationship. I don't think so. Maybe they will hide it, but it's still done, I believe. Here's my opinion. My opinion is if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you have said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part. If you deviate from that agreement, whether it's using a person on a screen or in real life, that would then be going against the agreement and therefore would be cheating. It would be a betrayal. How's that? How's that sound? So, like and share, people. It's my first live back at least here in the studio, in about a month. So it's been a while. So would you like and share? Tap the screen. If you don't follow me already, give me a follow. My name is Austin Hamilton. I'm a porn and sex addiction recovery coach. I have groups both for men dealing with unwanted sexual behavior as well as for women who are dealing with betrayal trauma. You can get the information on that using the link in my bio if you're interested. Agree to disagree. Or we can just disagree right here on the TikTok. You can come on and talk to me, like this person. Hey there, what's going on? Oh, swing and a miss. Don't become a corn star on a soul like some people. Okay, Anastasia. 4 p.m. Eastern time on Monday, I'm going to interview that person. And we're doing it live. 4 p.m. Eastern time. Okay? Now, hopefully she doesn't back out. 4 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Now, I'm gonna put a little that's subject to change a little bit, but that's can't wait. Can't wait. Oh man. Josiah says hello. Hello, Josiah and Smokey and Luca. Hello. How's it going? Yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern time. You will not want to miss that. You will not want to miss it. I promise you. Promise you. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. Hello. Bam. Bam. No, you're not there. Hello, God bless. Hello, Therese. For those of you who haven't seen me in a while, my account got banned for about 3 weeks, so I was MIA, and then I did get my account back about a week and a half ago. But then I went on a trip, and I decided just to wait to get back to fire this thing back up again. So this is my first live back at home. It's good to see you all. Like and share, people, if you would. Tap the screen. Let's get this thing going again. Hey there, what's going on?
Yo.
Yo, what's your name? Hagen? Hagen?
My name's Hagen, yes.
Hagen. What's up, man? I'm Austin.
Nice to meet you. I'm Hagen.
Nice to meet you. All right. Is porn cheating?
I don't know if it's like, it's definitely a form of cheating, but it's not the same as like if you go text a girl on Snapchat and like hang out with her, but it's still cheating.
Got it. Okay. All right. Do you watch porn?
No. Well, I used to watch porn, and then I watched a bunch of Andrew Tate, and then whenever I got in a relationship, I was like, it's either I've heard like a lot of stories of people where they watch porn and then they get so addicted, and then when they get married, like the day before they get married, they like are like, all right, this is my last time, and then like they get married, and then the next day they do it.
Yeah,
And
they get
so
married. It
whenever
wasn't the last time.
yeah, and so that really scared me. And then like once I started dating my girlfriend, like a month in, she told me she had watched porn, and I was like, what the fuck? And then we had like a huge like talk about it for like 3 or 4 hours, and then like now we're both like chilling.
Okay.
And
How old are you?
I'm 19 right now.
Okay. Got it. So you found out that she was watching porn, and you were like, WTF, and then you guys had to talk about it. Then what happened?
Yeah. Nothing's happened since then. But I was
Okay.
like, I don't think we were dating yet. I think we were like hanging out every day, and it was right before we had started dating. But I basically like put like a ground rule, like we don't do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Did she agree
Like
to
if
it?
we want to get married. Well, at first she was like, I don't really understand, and she basically does anything I say. So after I explained it to her,
Okay. Got it.
she went
And
along.
how did Andrew Tate play into this?
Oh, like so, I don't know, have you ever watched Andrew Tate?
Yeah. Yeah, I watched a few, and then I couldn't do it anymore, so I stopped.
Well, basically, he motivated me to start my business and stuff, and like now I make like a shitload of money off of it. But I basically like lived my life around like I watched him like every day for hours, bro, and I like quit the football team at school and just like would watch his podcasts and his lives like every single day.
Hmm.
And I went and started like a mowing business, and we ended up growing it. And then I like got all my shit together. Like I deleted Snapchat for like a year, and I would just like it was kind of sad, but it ended up working out now because now I have like my own house and I have like my own employees that are full time, So
Mm-hmm. Good for you, man. Good for you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some stuff that he talks about that I'm not too thrilled with. But uh, uh, good for you
Oh
that it
yeah, I
inspired you
mean,
to create a business and do well for yourself.
yeah, I try to just take the good, and then if there's anything I don't agree in, I know he's probably just saying that for publicity.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, how long have you been together with your girlfriend?
Almost 2 years.
Okay. And no porn since that conversation?
No, like no voluntarily watching it. I've had like moments where I'll be like at a party or some shit, and someone like makes a joke or like pulls up some weird shit, but it's like for like 2 or 3 seconds. It's not on my phone. It's
Mm-hmm.
like people sending shit in chats and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Got it. Okay. Um, all right, man. Well, thanks for sharing.
No problem. You have a good
All
one.
right. You
Wait,
too,
what
man.
do you
Oh,
think porn is cheating?
oh, do I think porn is cheating? I think if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you have said something like "I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part," if you deviate from that, whether it's with a person on a screen or in real life, you violated the agreement or commitment in your relationship, and therefore you've cheated. So yes, I think porn is cheating.
Fair enough. Do you think it's worse if you like cheat with someone in real life, or do you think it's the same?
Do I think it's worse to watch porn or physically cheat in real life?
Yes.
I
Like
think
if
that's
you
the wrong
if you
question. They're both bad.
yeah, I just was curious.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to a lot of people, a lot of women, and you hear both ways, right? Women who have been physically cheated on would say, "Oh, I wish he was just watching porn," and women who they discover that their partner's watching porn say, "I wish he physically cheated." Mainly for the reason being because with porn, they oftentimes women feel like they're competing with hundreds or thousands of other women on the internet. So it feels like there's many, many, many people out there instead of just one, in a physical affair. So they're both not desirable, in my opinion.
Yeah. Are you married?
Yeah, I married
How long have you been married?
14 years. I was addicted to pornography
Dang.
for about 20 years. Many of the years in which I was married, which escalated into physical cheating, and we worked through that. I'm still married to the same woman, going on just past 14 years.
Whenever you were watching porn, what did she say? Like, what was her
She
reaction?
never knew. She never knew. I could teach a master class on how to hide pornography, but I won't because that wouldn't be helpful to society. She never knew that I watched porn. She never knew that I physically cheated until I came to her and told her. I said, "Hey, we got to talk." She's like, "Okay, what's going on?" I'm like, "Oh boy." And I told her everything. It was devastating. It was devastating.
You told her that you were like cheating on her with like other girls in real life.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Telling the truth is always better than not telling the truth. And the
Yeah.
truth the truth will come out one way or another. So I was
Yeah. There's like
convicted
a
to
Bible
tell the
verse and
truth.
it says like,
Truth will set you free.
yeah. Um, are you religious?
Define religious. I would
Like, do
say
you believe?
no, I'm not religious, but I do follow a guy named Jesus and believe that Jesus' way is the better way.
Oh, okay. So you believe like when you die, you go to heaven, basically, and all that, and you have to be a disciple to get to heaven.
I wouldn't put it like that necessarily, but sure.
Sorry, I'm not too good at wording things.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I think the kingdom of heaven is here and now. It's
Yeah.
here and
Do you
now.
think with the wars with Israel and everything, do you think that they said there's like 3 years till the trumpets are gonna go?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know.
I know some people that
All
like
I'll say is
crazy.
I'm old enough to know that and you're younger than I am, about half my age. You're going to hear that kind of stuff about every 5 years.
For
Could
real.
this be the
That makes
time?
sense.
Maybe. I don't know. But, some of these people are also saying the earth was going to end in 12 years. About 10 years ago, they were saying that. But I don't know. But, anyways, man,
Interesting.
thanks for
All right,
sharing.
it's good to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
No problem.
See you,
Bye.
man. Bye bye. Let me answer some of these comments before I move on. By the way, like and share, tap the screen, people. It's been a few weeks. For those of you who are regulars here, I got banned for a few weeks, and we're back. We are back. How did she find out? Sometimes I'm worried about my boyfriend watching it because it was an issue. I confessed to my wife. I came to her and told her. Was there a reason you told her, said Chris? Yes, because I realized that I could not live my life fully while carrying the shame and burden of these secrets, these lies. Lies will eat you alive. Lies ate me alive. And one day I was so convicted I had to tell the truth, not just for her sake, though obviously that was important, because I had to get my stuff right in order to really show up and live my life fully, and I couldn't do it burdened by the guilt and shame that I was carrying around. So I said, gosh, I'm going to do the hardest thing that I know how to do right now, and that's confess. Go do the thing that I swore I would not do and take to the grave. And so I did that, and here we are. That was 8 years ago. Come August, August, here we are. Anastasia, thank you. Appreciate that. Kayla, what's going on? Good to see you. It's not about you. Addiction isn't about the people. It's about the user. Yeah. What did she say? I feel like I'll never be good enough. Yeah, it is not about you. Don Jen Dragon. Don, whatever your name is. It's not about you. You didn't cause it. You don't deserve it. It has nothing to do with you. It is a sickness. It is a disease that he or your partner is dealing with that's causing him to continue going back and eating his own vomit by using pornography. Which, by the way, to the men out there, or to the women who might have a partner who's struggling with it, there's always a story that gets somebody to the point of using and continuing to use pornography. In my experience, I do this for a living. Most men don't actually want to be watching pornography. They know it's harmful deep down, but they don't know how to get out of it. They think that the shame will just overtake them. But the problem with that, it's a catch-22. If you speak the shame to the light, if you name the shame, it sets you free. Shame festers in the darkness, but it can't stand being spoken to the light. And when you speak the shame to the light, there's a freedom that's experienced. Why was I banned? TikTok bans truth, not actual violating content, though. Yeah, I don't know, Tammy. I don't know. I got banned one day, and I appealed it right away. They said no, so it's a permanent ban. And I found this page, like a TikTok legal page, where you can essentially appeal an account again. And I appealed it probably 30 times over 3 weeks. And every time they declined it and cited a different reason why they were upholding the ban. And then finally, I was pleasantly surprised a week ago Sunday. And they're like, oh, yeah, you're unbanned. I'm like, and they gave no reason as to why I was banned in the first place. Here we are. Do I have a manager? I do have an agency or whatever. They were very unhelpful. They were like, hey, yeah, we tried, and the answer is no, you're banned. I'm like, okay, well, that's not helpful. So I essentially did it on my own, getting unbanned. I don't know if that's what you mean by a manager, though, but yeah, not that helpful. Let's try a different prompt here. I feel like we're going to have to I think we're going to be a little slow to having guests get on here. Lee, what's going on, man? Yes, I'm doing well. Thank you. Lee, I got banned for a little bit. I don't know if you got the memo on that, but I'm back here. It's good to see you, man. Thank you, Anastasia. Hey there, what's going on? Hello? 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 What's your name? How do you stop any help? Yeah, well, first of all, man, asking that question is the first step. Okay? And yes, I do. I have support groups. I do one-on-one coaching, C4. I don't know what to call you. You can go to the link in my bio for resources on that, or if you want to set up a private call. How do you stop? Well, what do you want to stop? I'm assuming it's pornography. When did it start? These are the questions you got to ask yourself. When did it start? How were you first exposed to pornography? Most boys are exposed by the age of 13. Typically between about 10 and 13 years old is the average exposure, at least in the US. Typically, they don't go finding it. They don't go searching for it. They find it or it finds them. Typically, they're introduced to it by somebody like a friend, a neighbor, maybe a parent, a father, stepfather leaves their stash, leaves it on the computer, and they find it. And it's interesting. It piques their interest because there is something arousing about that, especially during that time in a young man's life. And it hooks you. But here's the thing is usually it turns into something that medicates pain, becomes an addiction. And because you know it's bad, you know it's wrong, that you know you're not supposed to do it. No problem, Biba, babe. If you want to come back on, you're welcome to. And so then the hook gets put into the man's heart. And they don't know what to do. When I ask this question, and I'll ask you this question, C4, you don't have to answer it. But who else in your life knows that you're struggling with pornography? When I ask that question, 9 times out of 10, the answer is no one. The other 10 times, or the other 1 time out of 10 I ask that question, the answer is my mom, or my partner and my mom. Okay, well, what does that mean? It means you have a hidden secret, a shameful secret, and you don't know what to do about it because you think if you name it, if you speak it to the light, it's like game over, but it's not. And it's so hard to admit that. It's so hard to admit that there's a problem. Usually, pornography addiction is pointing to a deeper longing beneath the surface. A longing for connection, a longing for care, a longing for comfort. Comfort and care that may not have been adequately given by your primary caregivers. So you have to do what we call inner child work, deep healing work to figure out what those wounds are so that you can heal from them. So that's a bit of how to break free from it. The typical, what you see, hey there, what's going on? Hello, are you there? Hello. The typical things like NoFap, it doesn't work. It's limited because all that is behavior modification. And behavior modification is fine and useful and needed. However, it's not addressing the core underlying issues to really root this thing out. Krista, what's going on? Man, it's been a while. It's good to see the regulars coming back. I'm still here. I did get banned for a little bit, but I'm back. I ended a relationship. I was engaged and I was scared, so I ran. It's impossible to have real relationships while watching it. I'm going to share one of my favorite recent quotes on that topic. From Jay Stringer. The more you use porn, the more it adversely affects your sexual life. Research has actually shown that the best way to have less sex and less satisfying sex is to watch porn. Porn simultaneously overloads you with sexual stimulation while also teaching you to only consider your own sexual desires. Porn is so appealing not merely because it is erotic, but also because it lets you create a world where nothing is required of you. Real sex asks you to know and develop your desires while also learning to study, delight, and call forth the desires of another. Therefore, if you want to limit your sexual potential, porn is the fastest route to do so. Gosh, I love that quote. And by the way, this is based off of research, studies. There was recently another creator who was a porn recovery coach and is now an OFer. And if she's here, I'd love to have her on. I'm going to be interviewing her Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and I'm live streaming it to TikTok. And man, I'll be honest, with the help of ChatGPT, come up with some fire questions. Oh my gosh. I guarantee she rage quits. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Anyways, I am so curious, and I'm excited about that conversation. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. If not, okay. Well, Anastasia, I 100% agree. 100%. And that's why I never recommended, never endorsed. I did have a couple cordial lives. Always skeptical, and I am 0% surprised by this. Anyways, Sandy is here. Hello. I've been on her live before as a guest, Krista.
Get me off of there.
Oh, you don't want to be on here. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. That was an accident. I'd been on her live before, Krista. I don't know that she'd ever been on mine. Maybe early on. We traded messages over the years, just like ideas to collaborate, which never went anywhere. Yeah, maybe recently though, I was on live with her, like within the last 6 weeks or so. I'll give you a sneak peek of one of the questions, probably the one that I love the most. Yeah, it wasn't long ago. She disappeared for a while. You guys know me, and you can back me on this if you want, but I'm not saying this like literally with a capital T truth, but like if it's not true, I won't say it. Meaning like, you know me, I have all my books here on everything. If I'm going to say it, if I'm going to cite a stat, something, it 99 times out of 100, it comes from a book, usually by someone who's a PhD, an MD, or at minimum, a therapist or some sort of psychotherapist professional. Where are these questions? Hold on. Okay, here's one of the questions. You're making significant claims about rewiring addiction through exposure to what you call healthier pornographic content. What peer-reviewed research supports using pornographic material as a therapeutic intervention for pornography addiction? And if this evidence doesn't exist, aren't you essentially experimenting on vulnerable people? Oh, can't wait to ask that one. Eric, what's up? How's it going? He is back. He did get banned for a little bit. I got banned, but now I'm back. I am back. Like and share, people, if you would. Help me get the algorithm going again. This is my first live back, essentially in a month after being banned. My time at the moment is 9:37 p.m. Eric, you got that CT scan yet? Are you one of the people that disagree or agree? I don't care, Shayna. I'll have anybody on here. Oh, there's people waiting. Let's bring them on. Like and share, tap the screen. We're trying to get to 40,000 likes, people. TikTok tells me if we get to 40,000 likes tonight, we're doing good. So will you guys help me with that? We're just rebooting the old porn coach here. Do I have a GF? I am married with 3 kids, been married for 14 years. Most of those years have been happily married at this point. The first few were a little dicey, but we made it through, you know, with the porn and the affairs. Didn't help the cause for being married. But I am married with 3 kids. Am I doing it'll be 4 p.m. Eastern time is what it's scheduled for. Again, we might need to, that might shift a little bit, technical stuff and all that, but that's the plan. That could change. It's already been changed once, and it wasn't my doing. So we'll see what the commitment level is like. The other side. Danielle, welcome back. It is good to be back. Like and share, tap the screen. Can't even figure out how to work all these buttons anymore. How did my wife help me? Yeah, somebody asked earlier, should I help my partner? Well, that's an interesting question. It depends on what you want. What are you wanting? And can you help him? Can you really help him? Monday, Lisa, this coming Monday, the 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to live stream it. It's going to be on TikTok and YouTube. I will take questions. I'm going to be very clear at the beginning of what my intention is. My intention is not to be nice. My intention is to be, my intention actually is to be nice in the truest sense of the word. I'm going to be truthful, share my opinions, share my honest past assessments and opinions, and then have some really tough questions, and we'll see how long it lasts. Yeah. I came on this live about a year ago. I divorced my husband over his addiction, never been happier. Oh, good. I mean, the happier part. Cool. Can my wife and I come up? Sure, help cakes, let's go. Pooty Pooty Bang Bang, interesting name. Hey there, what's going on?
How you doing? You remember me?
Oh my gosh, this guy got me again. My first slide back, he got me again. Yes, I remember you. Is your wife there?
Yes, hold on, I'll get her.
Okay, yeah, let me talk to her. Oh, hey, how's it going?
Oh, very good. Marvin's not masturbating as much.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah, I took all his socks away.
Oh, you took the socks away and that fixed
sticky.
all your problems? Yeah.
Well, they were all sticky. It was disgusting.
All right, man. Hey, thanks for the laugh. I appreciate it. I'm going to move on, okay?
Okay, bye.
That guy's good. That guy just owned me. Hey, Austin. It's been a while. It's Amy Ame. Hi, Ame. How's it going? Good to see you. It's good to see you. Has been a while. My account got banned, but we're back. He did get me. My husband's over here shaking his head. What made you want to stop? I realized that a life where you're objectifying women in secret to try to medicate the pain going on inside your heart is not a very good life. And let me just tell you guys, I was kind of thinking about it early on in my lives, like way early on, 2 years ago. It was a lot of me sharing my personal story, my journey, my trauma. And I hadn't done that a lot lately, but there's always a reason that people watch pornography. I went through my life up until I was 32 years old when my life came to a head, and I'll take another guest here in just a minute. There's a few people waiting. I used to say these words. My mom died when I was 5 in a plane crash, which is true, but it hasn't affected me. That's what I used to say. Anytime my mom was brought up, it was my mom died when I was 5 in a plane crash, and it hasn't affected me. Now, you take a 5-year-old boy who has a catastrophic event like that go on in his life and doesn't have a lot of guidance from the people around him, not to fault them, but like, what do you do? It's a very hard situation. The longing, the void in my heart at that age was massive. The longing for love, for connection, for a mother, the mother wound, was huge. And so fast forward a few years, pornography enters my life. It's like, well, this feels good. Yeah, this works. This gives me everything I want. It doesn't reject me. It makes me feel whole, or so I thought. So it hooked me. And this is not an excuse. It's an explanation. This is not an excuse. It's an explanation. There's usually some sort of trauma that happens that pornography fills the void or heals the pain, or we think it does, makes the pain go away, medicates the pain. for me, pornography perfectly fit that. It's like, yeah, this works. Now, I didn't have a conscious awareness to all of this when I was 10 years old, right? Again, 32 years old is when I confronted this. 8 years ago. 32 years old. I finally was in a healing environment and somebody called my bluff. Wait, what? Your mom died when you were 5 and it hasn't affected you? She's like, are you sure about that? And I'm like, yeah, of course I'm sure. I'm dying inside. No. It absolutely affected me. So what I thought was just sexual perversion, like, oh, why am I such a pervert? Why am I acting out to pornography? Why am I cheating on my wife? Because that's the message that the culture would have told me. Oh, you pervert. What's wrong with you? Stop doing that. Okay, it's not that easy. You got to find the root. You got to find the root. So I had to dig down into that root and heal that. The longing, the desire for a mom. And now we can't ignore I was sexually abused by an older woman in my teenage years as well. Okay, well, that doesn't help. And so again, it just reinforces these addictive behaviors. So how do you heal? You got to get to the root. You got to get to the root. For the women or the betrayed partners who are saying, can I help him or should I help him? Sure. Yeah, great. Try to help him. But how? How do you? He's got to want help. You can be loving and stand with him, stand by him, but you can't do the work for him. I don't know how somebody, like if somebody when I was 27, 28, people probably did go to me and say, hey, Austin, you're an asshole. Get some help. And I was probably like, oh, yeah, everything's fine. But getting somebody to the table so that healing work can occur, yeah, sure, fight for that. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. So anyways, yes, I was addicted to pornography for about 20 years, which escalated into physical cheating. Okay, I'll take a guess here a second. Again, Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, I will be interviewing Fight the Beast, Heather Nielsen, the anti-porn coach turned OnlyFanser. That's going to be interesting if you guys are interested in that. Also, Sunday, I don't even know if I can technically say this, but I'm going to anyways. I am going to California to be on Jubilee. It's a segment featuring ex-addicts. I have no idea when the episode will air. It'll probably be a few weeks after we shoot it. But after Dr. Trish Lay was on Jubilee, I'm like, I got to get on that show. Now, I don't love the way that they've framed this episode. I don't love it, and you'll see why once it gets released. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. I'm not going to lie. But I'm super excited to check it out. I'm coming to your hood. Where do you live? Yeah, and yes, Julie, this is Seth Rogen. Yeah, I am looking forward to it. You're in Orange County. Well, okay, so Danielle, I've got like 4 hours to kill. I land in Burbank at like 10 a.m. I don't know anything about you, but I got 4 hours to kill. Only if you have like a husband who would want to join. Like, would you want to get breakfast or something like that? If that's within the realm of possibility, let me know. Tell your husband to DM me. Yeah, your fiance. Great. I'm serious, though. Shoot me a DM, and if you want to try to work something out, that'd be great. How did your wife... Okay, I'm going to take a guest, and we'll go from there. We'll come back to the blabbing in a minute. So that's this Sunday. I land at like roughly 10 a.m. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi,
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So as somebody who has just recently went through this, I have been married for 3 years. I have been with my husband for 4. We got married quick, so we didn't really learn each other. Porn is cheating because I feel like if you're giving any type of intimacy or basically not having your eyes on your wife, especially when she's pregnant. So when a woman is pregnant, that is her most vulnerable part of her life. So she is going to focus more on how her husband is giving I don't really know the word for it, but is giving her that attention that he would give other women on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something, even though we're still going through it right now, he's not doing it anymore. You know, we've set our boundaries with that, communicated with that, and stuff like that. But it went on hidden, deleted, and everything in his phone for 3 years. And so
How did
it
you
is
discover it?
110. You're gonna think I'm crazy, and everybody says that. So I trust my gut. I've always trusted my gut, and so one day I was, my husband has games on his phone. My phone dies. Oh well. So I go in his phone and I'm like, hey, what is this? And he's like, oh, it's just a customer. My husband's a business owner. But putting that in there because it does tie into it, because that's where the problem kind of started, because he started looking up his customers' wives. So, and come to find out, she had an OnlyFans, and it was one of those things, you beg them not. If I sound like I'm shaky, it's so cold outside. I'm from North Carolina. It is super cold here tonight. But
No problem.
it's just like one of the. So it's just my gut told me, he is looking that up. But I'm also insecure because I just had a baby. So of course I'm not 110% my old self anymore. So not yet. Anyways, I'm working on it. We're working on it. We're gonna go to marriage counseling. But
Good.
I asked him what it was in his phone one day, and he had told me it was a customer. So I didn't think anything of it. You got to get business, and you're going to have women message you all day if you got a business. Not worried about that part. Then it got to the point to where I went into his links in Instagram, and come to find out he was going and looking at women who were working out, not wearing clothes. And then it went into me finding porn in his phone, and then it went into me finding that he was looking up women on Facebook that don't dress. I'm very modest when I dress. These were women who had their bodies very exposed, and it's a whole work in process, but I fully believe it is cheating, and I feel like porn is just not on Pornhub, and it's just not on all the websites. It's on Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, because it was also a woman he was looking up that, and all these women are local, so that's what really made it hit home. So that
Yeah.
was just a big thing in me.
All right, so I'm sorry you're in that situation. I'm sorry you made that discovery. It's devastating, and I'm glad that you guys are. It sounds like you're going to work on it. You want to get counseling and all that. How long ago was this discovery?
So the most recent discovery I've had is May, so around right after my daughter's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So
when was
I
the
started
first discovery?
From what I can remember, November of 23, might have been a little bit before that.
Okay.
So it's been a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So about a year and a half of multiple discoveries.
Yes, and I see in the comments, I'm not trying to pull your comments, this is your live. It says that I would get a divorce. You really got to think about it and pull it out like in the perspective of like everybody goes through it, everybody looks. It's everybody's work in progress, and everybody goes through temptation. So it's just all about how. I mean, it's just so weird.
Well, hold on. That's actually not true. Not everybody looks at porn.
It's not.
No, not everybody looks at porn. But
Oh,
also
no, not porn. Not porn. Everybody just goes through that temptation. Not
got
porn.
it. Okay. Yeah, well, and also the people who say like, oh, just get a divorce. It's like you don't understand how this works. Some people choose to do that, but it's easy to say that in the comments. That's for sure.
Yes, it's especially being young and being married. I have friends who wasn't even married a year and they called it off. And I believe marriage is a constant work. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm saying that as, you got to fall in love with them 15 times. You're going to love who they were before, after you have a kid. It's just it's a complete learning process, and you're constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to keep falling in love with who that person is and learning their obstacles and how you can overcome them.
Yeah.
So, and the same with me. I'm not perfect.
You're not?
No, trust me. Only Jesus is perfect. I wish I was.
I got you. Well, I'm sorry you're going through that. When are you starting marriage counseling?
So when we go to church Sunday, we'll talk to our pastor because our church has a program to where they pay for couples who come forward in the church to go to marriage counseling. So we'll find out Sunday when we'll be able to start.
Cool. Good for you. Don't let Sunday pass without asking that question when you can
Oh no,
start.
trust me.
So,
Sunday feels so far away.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. What was I going to say? Is the music too loud? It's rather loud for me, but whatever. I don't care. What was I going to say? No, it's not too loud. Okay, thank you. Krista, are you in that area as well? We should do a meetup. I have done like SoCal meetups before with some of the guys in my groups. Kel, did you get it? Did you get the hoodie? I caught mine doing it next to me in my sleep. Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst. Absolutely no. I'm addicted for 7 years, 3 to 10 times a week. Please help. I'm suffering. Well, if you're 18 or over, man, go ahead and request. And if you want to schedule a private call, you can do that using the link in my bio. You did send it? I don't see it. Are temptations still prevalent after years of being sober? The temptation to watch pornography, that ship sailed years ago. There's nothing. I would rather go to prison than watch porn. Don't hold me to that. You get the point. No, I don't want to watch porn. Why would I want to watch porn? Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to knowingly go do something that's going to destroy my brain, destroy my relationship, create a division between me and my wife? Why? There's no. Now, is there temptation that comes up? Sure, but not for porn. Okay, so here's the thing. It's not the first look that's a problem. It's not the first thought that's a problem. It's the second look or the second thought or how long you gaze. That's the problem. If you're cultivating a lustful gaze, that's a problem. You can't help. There's beautiful people out there. Okay, great. One, if that's a problem, don't put yourself in a situation like that. But here's the thing is rewire your brain so that you view people in a healthy way. What do I mean by that? Well, I believe, I'm not asking anybody else to believe this, I believe that people should be viewed and treated with dignity, honor, and respect. And one way to do that is to not objectify them, not to reduce them down to objects for your sexual pleasure. Now, am I perfect at that? No. Do I strive for that? Yes. Is that, in my experience, a better orientation towards life? Yes. And that's the problem with porn. That's where I think part of the neuroscience behind pornography addiction, I think, falls short. And this is actually, it's a critique, and it's not in a bad way when I say this, a critique about some of the neuroscientists in this field. And I will say Dr. Trish Lee, who's fantastic, by the way. I highly recommend her and her book and her content. I have recommended her for years. As I watched her on Jubilee, which is what inspired me to go see how I can get on Jubilee. I'm going on Sunday. She's a neuroscientist. She's fantastic at presenting these neuroscience-based arguments, but you can only argue about the whole dopamine thing for so long. Yes, it creates a dopamine dependency. Yes, it creates a dopamine hit. Okay, how do you get off the dopamine? You stop watching it. Yes, that's all true. But you have to get down to rewire your view of people as at least one of the core issues. So do you view people as dignified people, fully dignified human beings? And by the way, she does talk about this stuff, so I'm not suggesting that her methodology doesn't touch on that, but I think that's where some of the neuroscience-based literature can fall short in its explanation. I'm going to be filming for a Jubilee segment on Sunday, this Sunday. I don't know when it'll air, probably in a few weeks or months or something like that. But I'm pretty excited about that. It's going to be weird. That's all I can say about it right now. From what I know about how they're framing this shoot, it's going to be a little weird, but sign me up, right? It's featuring ex-addicts, former addicts. By the way, I'm a coach. My name is Austin, for those of you new here. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are struggling with unwanted sexual behavior, such as pornography or sex addiction, and women who are struggling with betrayal trauma. I have groups who meet on Tuesday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time for the women and 10 p.m. Eastern time for the men. I also have a group on Wednesday at 3 p.m. for the men. The groups do cost money. The information is on the link in my bio. And it's a healing community for people who want to move forward after betrayal or move through their unwanted sexual behavior. You can schedule a 30-minute private discovery call with me if you'd like. It's $1 using the link in my bio, and that's just intended so I can get to know you a little bit, talk about your situation. And if I can be of help, great. If I can refer you somewhere else, no problem. You can go to the link in my bio for more info on that. Healing doesn't happen until it's witnessed empathetically. And that's what we do in the groups, is we witness healing occur. The book is Mind Over Explicit Matter by Dr. Trish Lay. All right, let's get someone else on here. Hey there, how's it going? Charles, you there? Chuck? Charlie? I don't think that book is on my bio page yet. Jubilee is it's a YouTube channel with 10 million subscribers. So subscribe to them, and I'll, of course, post clips and all that once the episode comes out. I'm very anti-now hearing about the horror stories on it. Trafficking made me hate it. Yeah, good. W's in the chat. Can you guys like and share? Like and share if you like my content. And if you don't follow me already, give me a follow up there somewhere.
Hello?
Hey there, what's going on?
Hi.
Can you turn down whatever's in the bathroom or background?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. All right, what's going on?
I guess the shorter version of my story. I met my husband online, I guess, and we sort of had good connection. Everything was awesome. We kind of had a long distance relationship, yada, yada, yada. We decide, okay, we're going to be more exclusive now. He moves into my place, and basically after he dropped his whole life, his work, his home, he moved in, and then all of a sudden I found out there was a major issue. He had thousands of pictures, thousands of just backdated from many years. And fast forward, we have us, and we're still working through things, because I was telling him somebody
Hey,
that, and
I'm
he's
sorry,
always
you're cutting
told
in and
me
out a bit. Hello.
it's just my
Lenita?
issue of
Lenita.
having that sort of insecurity.
Okay.
And I'm no, I feel it's yeah.
You walked away from the Wi-Fi.
Hello?
Yeah. You got one red bar. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Turn off your Wi-Fi. Go on your cellular.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I
Can
gotta
you
kick
hear
you
me?
off because I can hear you, but you can't hear me. You got a bad connection. Sorry. Can my wife and I come up? Oh, help cakes. Oh, man. That guy's so funny. Hey there, what's going on?
What's up, bro?
Not much. How you doing? I'm good. How are you?
Porn is not cheating.
Porn is not cheating. All right. Why is that?
So, the thing is, I'm married, and if the woman has a problem with you watching porn, is because she's not helping you in life.
Okay, if the woman has a problem with you watching porn, it's because she is not helping you in life. That's your assertion?
Yeah. She's
Okay.
not helping with your needs. So, there's a difference between a wife and a friend,
Okay.
right? So, like I tell my wife all the time, she can either be my best friend or she could be my lover. There's no difference in between it.
Okay. Got it.
So, instead of me cheating, I watch porn, jack off, get my needs done, or she can help me in that, you know?
Got it. Okay. How long have you been married?
Been married for 3 years.
3
Got three
years.
kids.
3 years, 3 kids. Okay. Is your wife there right now?
She lives in the Philippines, I live in America. We so I see her about five times a year. And I see her like for 30 days.
Okay. 5 times a year for 30 days per year. How did you guys meet?
Well, actually, I visited the Philippines and we met then, and I married her instantly.
Got it. You visited the Philippines and you instantly married her
Within, yeah, a week.
within a week. Okay.
Yeah.
And and then you live in the States?
I work in the States. I live in the Philippines. But, like, I'm a truck driver. I drive 48 states. So I make American money, go back to the Philippines, and I live like a king there.
Okay, got it. How many days a year are you in the States, roughly?
2 months. I work 2 months, stay a month. Work 2 months, stay a month.
Stay a month in the Philippines?
Yeah.
So you're in the U.S. roughly 8 months a year, and you're in the Philippines roughly
Yeah.
4 months a year?
Yeah, I'll stay in the Philippines longer than I stay in the States. Technically.
You stay in the Philippines longer? That doesn't make sense if you're in the U.S. for 2 months and then the Philippines for 1. But, okay, we get the point. All right, I have so many questions. Are you open for questions?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, got it. All right, well, where are you now, U.S. or Philippines?
I'm in the U.S.
U.S., okay. What's the nature of your marriage? Like, what is it? Tell me, well, would you tell me about like the vows or the commitments or what, however you view marriage?
Yeah. So, our marriage is the idea of me being with her, she being with me. There's only one law in our marriage. No kissing another, no fucking another. Or, I don't know if I was supposed to say that. Uh, but at the same time, it's the long distance. She be's with me, I be with her. But at the same time, instead of me cheating, I'll I call it handy, which is my hand. you know, you know what I'm saying? And
Good
she
old
uses
Jill,
toys. Yeah, yeah. A little spit. And she uses toys. So we have a understanding. We both have to get off, but why do it with another person? So what we do is we either do it with each other or we watch porn.
Okay. Why not like live together?
So the Philippines, low end country. America has good money, but the expenses. So for me to live in America, I have to spend about 3,500 for an apartment for all of our kids. For me to buy a house would be over $100,000, and I'll have to pay monthly for it for 30 to 20 years. I could live in the Philippines a lot cheaper with American money versus me staying in America and having a family here because there's no job that you can actually ever own anything unless you're like 60 years old, 50 years old, 40 years old. You know,
That's no false.
do you own a house?
Yes.
How old are you?
You're gonna love this. 40.
Yeah, exactly. 40, 50, 60 years old.
You didn't
I'm
ask me when I
32 years
bought
old.
my first house was how old I was.
When did you buy your first house and what were you doing to get it?
25. What was I
And
doing?
how old,
Working.
and yeah. Yeah, what career did you take to buy your first house? And how long was your mortgage?
Bro. So
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's how you live your life and how hard you want to work for it. You probably worked your ass off for it, and I'm proud of you
yeah,
for
I
owning
worked
that for
hard,
25.
right? I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
the notion
I don't
that
want
you
to work
can't
that
own
hard.
anything. Okay, so that's the issue. You don't want to work that hard.
Yeah.
The notion that you can't own
Exactly,
anything
yeah,
until
yeah.
you're 60. I mean, and bro, I get it, man. It's 2025. Times are tough right now.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
But okay, so why don't you just move to the Philippines?
So for me to move to the Philippines will sacrifice what I'm trying to do. So you
What are you
probably
trying to
bought
do?
if you're 25 if you're 25 and you bought your house, you probably spent what $100,000 on your house.
More than that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Couple hundred
So
thousand.
I could buy 5 acres and build my own house out of pure concrete for $15,000 in the Philippines.
Okay.
But if I lived in the Philippines, I cannot get a job over $3 an hour.
Hold real
like
quick. 405. I came clean. I didn't get caught. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So for $3 an hour, it would be a minimum wage in the Philippines. Versus here in America, I can make $1,000 a week and take it back to the Philippines and live like a fucking king.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. But then you got
Yeah.
this whole thing going to where you don't want to work hard in America, which is like a place
I work
of a
hard.
ton of opportunity. But you're doing all these
To some
stuff.
extent.
Yeah. Sure. But then you're
So,
trying to go back
with
to
my-
okay. Hold on a sec though.
Well,
okay,
hold on,
go
bro.
ahead,
I
go ahead.
gotta give you some information. So I have a dual citizenship.
Okay.
So I am a Philippine citizen and an American citizen. Did you know if I stay more in the Philippines, I don't have to pay American taxes?
That's not true. No matter where you are
That
in the
is true.
world, if you're a U.S. citizen, you have to pay American
No.
taxes.
No,
Yes, it
dual
is.
citizen. Dual
Not true.
citizen. I'm not an American
true.
citizen. I
Oh,
have
you're
dual
not an American
citizenship.
citizenship. Are you an American, citizen or not?
I'm a born American, but
Okay,
I also have a
Tax accountants or
Philippine
tax
citizen.
attorneys, correct me if I'm wrong, but
You
no
get
matter where you live,
correct-
if you're a U.S. citizen, you
correct
have
you.
to pay
No.
U.S. taxes
dual.
on
you're a US
U.S.
citizen
income.
straight-
On U.S.
if-
income.
If you're a U.S. citizen, if you're a dual citizen, that means you have dual citizenship. If I stay longer in the Philippines, I do not have to pay American taxes. I can set you up with my CPA if you are curious.
I'd rather talk to a tax attorney. I followed Jasmine DeLucci.
CPA
best
is a tax attorney.
No, they're not. No, they're not. CPAs are not tax attorneys. Though tax attorneys,
CPA
though
knows
tax
more
attorneys
than-
are, no, they don't. You don't know what you're talking about, dude. Tax attorneys, not always, but usually are also CPAs. But CPAs are definitely not tax attorneys. Jasmine DeLucci, who is the goat of tax attorneys on YouTube, talks about this issue all the time. So somebody in here said they're a tax CPA. Natalie White, do you have to pay? Do U.S. citizens have to pay taxes on U.S. Income no matter where they are? And by the way, we're going to move on because we're way off topic now. But
Yeah, my bad. I chase rabbits.
Depends on what state he is making the income in. Okay. What state are you in?
I work 48. I work 48 states.
So he
do
works
not
in
own a
every
house
state.
in America.
He works in
Yeah,
all the
I'm a
lower
truck
48.
driver. I'm a truck driver. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying. See, this is why I'm telling you my facts are
No,
true.
No,
Because I'm not
no.
stable.
You're disproving what she just said. If what she's saying is, and again, I have no idea who this person is. Let's say she knows what she's talking about. Some states would require you to do it, but others wouldn't. And the odds are, of the 48 you work in, probably like 45 of those you would have to. Anyways, all right. So let's get back to the porn thing.
Yeah.
All right. So your solution to you guys being apart for most of the time, you have to watch pornography in order to get your needs met, right?
Well, I never said you have to. I said it's not cheating.
It's not cheating. Got it. Okay. All right.
Because
how long
the basis
have you
of
been watching
cheating-
porn for?
How long have I been watching porn for? It depends.
Okay.
If my wife wants to put out, then I'll jack off to her. If not, then I jack off to porn.
No, I meant like when did you start watching pornography?
Oh, from like the very beginning. First time I was 13 years old looking at a Playboy from my uncle's bedroom.
Okay.
Like,
Okay. How many times a week roughly do you watch porn and masturbate?
how many times a week?
Yes.
It depends on how stressed I am.
So how many roughly?
I can't really legitly put a limit on it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because the way a man works is you're gonna take out your whims the more stressed you are versus the person that you like. If your life is peaceful and everything's going well, you're not gonna be as you're just like me, bro. You have a dick. How many times do you masturbate?
None. And how do you know? It's
You don't
2025, bro.
Wait, hold up. How do you have testicles? Did you get snipped? How do you not masturbate? Your dick gets hard every morning.
How do you know? You don't know me.
You don't know me either. I'm a man. You're a man, right?
Maybe.
You have
I don't know.
testosterone
You don't know
running through
me.
Your body. Do you have estrogen running through your body?
Yeah, all men do. Very little amounts.
Yeah, but like, dude, do you wake up in the morning with a hard on?
All right, so first of all, back to this tax thing. I'm going to put this to bed. I found the thing I was talking about. The United States
Yeah.
operates on a system of citizenship-based taxation. Like I said, this means that U.S. citizens are taxed on their worldwide income regardless of where they live. Therefore, even if you are a dual citizen residing in another country, you still have U.S. tax obligations as long as you retain your U.S. citizenship.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly
what I said, right?
No.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. How long do you have to reside in the U.S. in order to pay the taxes?
I don't understand the question.
How long do you have to stay in USA to pay your taxes in order to be considered
No
a US
requirement.
citizen?
No requirement.
There is a
Yeah,
requirement.
I think
There is-
you're
there is a
confusing
requirement,
it.
bro.
No,
No,
I think you're
the thing is,
confusing it.
I'm living
I think
this
you're
life just like
no,
you don't have a hard on in the
bro,
morning.
bro. I think you're confusing
You
it with
have
the
estrogen
Puerto
running in your
Rico.
body and you don't masturbate. You don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, I think you're
I'm
confusing
bringing
it.
facts up.
I think you're
Dude, I've
confusing
been
it with
doing
the
this for
Puerto
years.
Rico loophole. There is a loophole
No.
where if you live in Puerto Rico for
In
more than
Puerto
half
Rico,
the year,
maybe. I don't know
you
Puerto
can
Rico.
be
Look
exempt
up
from
Filipino.
certain, I believe, federal
Did you
tax
know
income
that if
obligations.
you're out of the
But
country,
anyways.
if you buy a plane ticket around April and you leave the country and you stay for 2 months, you won't have to pay taxes because April 16th is tax date. But even if you miss it, you can file for exemption or you can file for non-exclusive. I file for a non-exclusive every year
Bro,
because I
buying
stay
plane
longer in the
tickets
Philippines.
doesn't get you out of taxes.
No,
you need to
as a
go on
dual
Caleb
citizenship-
Hammer's show,
No,
bro.
bro.
You need to go
Bro,
on
as a dual
financial audit,
citizenship-
man.
No, you're misunderstanding. As a dual citizen, A dual citizen means you are residing in two different countries. America and a different country is a dual citizen. A dual citizen is you residing in one country versus another country, and they accept you both.
Okay, so first of all, I want to
Do
be very
you think,
clear.
bro? I'm
Hold
not
on,
trying to
hold on.
argue with you. I'm being honest.
Bro, I'm reading the facts literally on the internet. So you can take
Yeah,
it for
you're
what it is.
reading
It's
AI,
fine. It doesn't matter.
Google, whatever it is.
Bro,
It is what it is. Your
I
dick
like
doesn't get
research
hard in the
this stuff.
morning, and you don't masturbate, so it is.
I didn't
what
say
is.
it doesn't. I didn't say it doesn't.
You said you don't masturbate. So
I
what
don't
the fuck are
masturbate.
you, bro?
I don't masturbate.
did
Why
you
would I
get
masturbate?
snipped?
I have self-control. No, I
Because-
didn't get snipped.
Is that self-control?
Here's a question.
As a
Here's a
man
question for you.
with
Hey,
testosterone through
no
his
cap.
body.
Serious question. Serious question.
Yeah,
What
serious
would be
question.
what
All
would
right.
be the most honoring way to treat your wife? Would it be to masturbate while watching strangers have sex, or to just put your focus and attention on her?
It depends on who your wife is. Is your wife gonna be a friend or is she gonna be a lover?
I am
you know
asking
there's
you,
most-
what would be
there's-
the most
I'm
honorable
asking you.
way for you
telling
to
you,
treat
it-
your
If
wife?
you're talking about my wife, me and my wife have an agreement. I'm gonna get my rocks off regardless, and I'd rather get my rocks off in my hand than do it with another woman, because that's cheating. Cheating is kissing and having sex with another person, or enticing another person to have sex with you. But the thing is there's people, I've known people that, like my grandfather, he was friends with his wife. They stopped having sex. They stopped sleeping in the same room. They stopped doing different things to different people. But he still didn't cheat. Cheating is enticing evil to another person and actually going through the facts. Watching
Do you think-
porn and getting
do you
off
think-
is a.
Do you think you're cheating on your taxes?
I'm not cheating on my taxes because everything I do is legal.
Got it.
I give to Caesar what is Caesar's.
Got it.
You-
Now
you
you're
might
quoting
think I'm crazy.
scripture. you're quoting Jesus
I just
now.
threw it out there.
Careful,
I just
buddy.
fucking threw it out there.
Careful,
bro.
buddy.
No, I ain't trying to go down that level. I just threw it out there. But honestly, my taxes are legit because I have legal standing on what I'm doing, and everything that I'm doing is correct.
Yeah,
You're
well,
not
here,
living
here,
my life.
so,
But
yeah, I got it, man.
I'm
You're
not
fine.
saying-
Look, whatever
Yeah.
you think or believe, it's totally fine. I don't care. But let me
Oh,
just
yeah.
tell you something. And I actually, I would encourage you to watch Jasmine DeLucci on YouTube. She is a tax attorney, and all day long she does reaction videos to CPAs who are giving tax advice on YouTube, and every day like clockwork, she is smoking
May
all
I
these
ask you
people,
a question?
telling them why they're wrong. Yes, what's your question?
what is a lawyer?
What is a lawyer? Somebody who knows and practices the law.
No. A lawyer is somebody that gets you out of trouble. Did you know that the law, did you know that no judge can be actually put into legal standing without going through people from Europe?
Without what?
Do you know that the law, like a judge, how does a judge appointed?
How is a judge appointed? A
Yeah,
judge
Google
who's
it. Google
judge
it.
who's
If you don't mind
appointed-
it, Google it.
a judge who's appointed is appointed.
In America, no. What is the laws abiding by a judge being appointed in America? Google it. You have. a
I don't
computer
know.
right
I
next
don't
to
know.
you.
They're
I hear you
appointed and
typing.
then they're
Google
appointed
it.
and then
Google
confirmed.
it. No.
I don't know. What's your
Google it.
point?
Google it real quick. Type it in.
Google what? How is a
Type
judge
it in.
appointed?
How is a judge appointed in America?
They're appointed through a process involving nomination by the president and confirmation by the Senate.
Yeah. So, how is a lawyer appointed? Google it. You got a computer right there. Google it.
I can't believe I'm entertaining this conversation with a half-time truck driver
No, I
who
love
evades
a people
taxes
with a
by
computer.
living in the
I love
Philippines.
I love a person with a computer in front of them.
A lawyer
Go
is
for it.
is appointed by a court when a person facing criminal charges cannot afford to hire their own attorney.
No, that's not a lawyer. A lawyer is either paid or is free by court.
You just asked how is a lawyer appointed. It's
Yeah.
appointed by a court when a person facing criminal
You,
charges
you
cannot
googled the wrong
afford.
thing.
I
How
googled
does a
exactly
lawyer
what you
become a
said.
lawyer? How does
No, you
then you have to Google it differently, bro. God. So anything can be bought by money. Anything can be paid off. Any person can be paid off. Money is sent by money. Money is a money is a definition by law. Did you know that the government produces money and then charges you money, and also it puts it in itself?
By the way, chat,
I'm just.
I know I should have moved on minutes ago, hours ago, probably.
But this is a wonderful
But
conversation.
I'm dumbfounded by this conversation right now. I am enjoying it, and I understand we're off topic. I apologize that. We'll talk to somebody about porn here in just a second. But this is the probably one of the wildest interactions I've had on TikTok, man. Like, this
I'm
is
glad
nuts.
to be a part of it.
This is nuts. W's in the chat for this guy, and that's not a compliment. I mean, okay. All right. So how old are you?
I'm 30 years old.
30 years old. Got it. Okay. 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 I think I have to move on, man. Thank you for the chat.
Sounds like a plan. I appreciate
Yeah.
you. Thank you for listening to me.
All right. Take care, man. Bye. Oh, man. Gosh, I'm glad to be back. Can't believe I got banned for a month. That was. Hi there. I saw you in the comments.
Hello.
Hey there. How's it going?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. I know you wanted to jump in on that, but here you are now.
Yeah, I was really hoping to talk with Samuel.
Okay, well, he's gone. What did you want to talk about? Or what do you want to talk about? You there? Okay, you're not there. By the way, for those of you who are actually interested in legal and tax stuff, Jasmine DeLucci is fire. She's got 555,000 subscribers on YouTube. In a past life, I've mentioned it many times before, I would have been a lawyer. I definitely not a CPA, but I would have been a lawyer. I love the law and legal concepts. I'm fascinated by it. And when it meets tax and business and all that, she is just amazing with her content. She smokes people all day long who are actually attorneys and who are CPAs and financial experts. And she always goes back to the law. It's great. Jasmine DeLucci on YouTube. All right, let's bring on someone else. This guy has so much in back taxes. Hey there, what's going on?
Hello, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. How did your wife go with believing you afterwards when you told her you'd stopped watching porn?
Yeah, well, I'll answer the question. I'm interested in why you're asking the question, but here's the thing. Dr. Doug Weiss talks about this in a lot of his books. Believe behavior. Believe behavior.
Okay.
Somebody can say they're going to do something. Somebody can say that they want to do something, but at the end of the day, we are what we do. We are what we do. So believe behavior. Now, what does that look like in practice? Well, how did my wife do that? You'd have to ask her. I can tell you what I did is I went to great lengths to overshare what was going on for me in my life, in my recovery, in my healing work that I was doing. Overshare what was going on. For example, having an open phone policy. Okay, my phone's your phone's my phone. You can look at my phone whenever you want to. Anytime, I don't care. It doesn't matter. And I don't get to be mad if you ever want to look at my phone.
Okay.
One
Yep.
very small example, right? But why are you asking that question?
Well, my partner had trouble with it, and we actually went on a call with you. I don't know if you remember. It was a few months ago.
Where are you from?
We're from Australia.
I talked to a lot of Australians, but your name definitely sounds familiar or looks familiar.
It would have been the start of this year now, but he had there was a long period in which he told me that he wasn't doing it, and then I caught him doing it a few times and like explained how hurtful it is to me and that I don't appreciate it, that I don't want a partner that does this kind of thing. And he never really took it seriously until I think he claims that he took it seriously after our call with you and after you recommended the book.
Yeah.
You gave us 2 book recommendations and he read it. And he says that after that, he's been like, he realized how close he was to losing me and that he hasn't done it since. But I don't really see a change in behavior. Like, I never noticed, like, a lot of people in the comments were saying that you'll be able to see a change in their attitude and their behavior. But he wasn't treating me poorly before, if that makes sense. He just watched it and I didn't agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, you're still kind of in that situation. Do you know what book he read? Was it Unwanted?
I think so. It's a book with sexual.
How sexual
it's a white
brokenness
one.
reveals our path to healing. This one?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So reading books is great. And that's my number one go-to book for this. And reading books is not the end of the road. If you pay attention to the last couple chapters of that book, part of it is about getting in community, doing healing work, maybe therapy, counseling type work. What has he or have you guys done with regard to that type of healing?
Well, he says that he doesn't think he needs it because he claims that he wasn't addicted to it. He just reckons he stopped cold turkey and he didn't have to do it again. Like, he hasn't since, he claims. And I just don't know if that's how addiction works. Like, I don't think he would have been able to just be done with it.
Well,
that
let's
makes
say,
sense.
yeah, the odds of that happening is very, very slim. The odds of cold turkeying it and lasting more than 6 months is very low. It's not impossible. I'm not saying that. I don't know him. I don't know what he's done, right? But even so, let's say that he has, or let's hypothetically say somebody, just to make it not about you, has been clean for 4 or 5, 6 months, and you still have doubts, you're still wanting more. Okay, what do you do?
What do
What do
I
you do?
do?
Yeah.
If I found out he was still doing it, or
No, like you're wanting more. The goal is not to stop watching porn. Stopping watching porn is very easy. You can stop watching porn. Anybody can do it for a period of time. So that's not what you want. You don't just want someone who stopped watching porn, right?
no, yeah, you want a partner, I guess, that doesn't really want to watch it in the first place.
Yeah, you want that. You want someone who doesn't watch porn, but you want somebody who's going to love you, honor you, cherish you, protect you, provide safety for you, build trust with you, go above and beyond for you, overshare with you, tell you the things he's doing, heal with you, build a better marriage, relation, all of this stuff. That's what you want,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's what it sounds like. You're questioning. I don't know that you really stopped watching porn, presumably because you haven't seen some of those other things. Is that fair?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Or I just don't know if it's just because I've been lied to about it before. Like, it's just I don't know if I'm the one that's the problem because I keep asking, like, how do I know that you stopped? And he just says to me, how am I supposed to prove it to you? Like, you can go through my phone. He's put things in place so that he doesn't have like a private browser, but we don't live together. So I just have the fear that it's just still happening behind my back and that he's treating me well. Like, he doesn't, he loves me and looks after me and does all those things you said, but I just don't know if it's a me thing maybe. But I also just still have that fear in the back of my head. Like you said, he doesn't over talk about it. Like, he doesn't go, I had the urge today and I pushed it back and did this instead. You know what I mean? Like you said, like oversharing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, is a pretty normal. The conversation you're in with him and about this is a pretty normal conversation, especially when people don't like truly embrace some sort of recovery program or change program, right? Because you're wanting to see with his actions that he's taking this seriously. And I get it. Great job. You read a book. Awesome. right? That's progress. But you're wanting to see more, right? You're wanting to see his behavior align with his words. Hey, I'm doing these things. I'm in a recovery process. I'm in community. I'm telling people about what's going on in my life. I'm talking about my feelings. I'm acknowledging that I have feelings, which is hard for a lot of men.
I
Right.
think he's too embarrassed to share it with like anyone else besides myself.
Well, yeah, and if you said I did a call with you guys a few months ago, I probably asked you the question, who else in your life or his life knows that he's dealing with this? Did I ask you guys that?
Yeah, you did, and it was just me.
Just you, right? And what did I say?
And you said you need to tell people, and you need to make it less of an like it's not embarrassing. You need to make it more of a like so that it's not like a what's the word a taboo topic.
Yeah,
Type
it's
thing.
shameful right now. The shame is contained. Probably some shame has been lifted by having that conversation with me, by reading the books. Great. But shame festers in the darkness, and it can't stand being spoken to the light. When the shame is spoken to the light in a trustworthy environment, I'm not suggesting everybody needs to know, but the more that you can tell people what's going on, the more healing it becomes because you realize you're not alone. And that's something I hear consistently from the guys in my groups, especially the first few weeks they're there. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. I'm not the only one struggling with this or anything else. I can actually talk about my feelings and work on it to be a healthier man in community with others. It's so powerful.
But I think I don't know, I don't think he thinks he's that addicted or that he ever was. I think he just thinks in his head that like, oh yeah, like I stopped doing it now. Like I don't know. He doesn't know why though he couldn't stop before, but he reckons there was like 3 or 4 times where he fell off the wagon, told me I stopped doing it, and then I found out he was or caught him. And he reckons this last time, like since then, he just hasn't. And I don't know, it just feels like, yeah, too good to be true. Almost like you said, he needs to make it more of a priority, I think, to make it that it was an addiction.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that the labeling it an addiction it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. Is that what it was? Sure. But again, he's resisting the label. And that was something that was hard for me early on. And I intend to talk about this when I go on this show next week. I didn't like the word sex addict or porn addict. I still don't. Right? But what's the point in trying to fight against that? It's like, well, you look at the definition, it's like the definition of a porn addict is you can't stop watching porn no matter how many times you try. Well, what do you want to call it then? I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, okay, call it a porn addict, whatever. It doesn't matter because it's true.
Yeah.
So that's like the
Yeah.
classic step ones. I was reading one of Patrick Carnes' books earlier today. Step 1, you can't live in denial. And you got to name what it is. Okay, sure. I was addicted to porn. Okay, now here's the thing is if you can own that term, okay, fine. Now what? Now what do you want to do to grow into something else?
Yeah, I think the next step? I just think that's maybe a thing for me to work on too, is like healing the betrayal trauma as well. But yeah, I think it's just that fear, living with that fear, knowing that your partner was, even if he has like somehow, if he's telling the truth and he has completely stopped, then it would be a problem on my end, right? To just heal that part of me that doesn't believe him.
Well, that gets a little dicey because what I'm hearing is you're wanting to heal the relationship. You can heal from betrayal on your own, regardless of what he decides to do. But the relationship will have problems healing if both people aren't coming to the table together to work on building a new relationship founded on honesty and trust and transparency.
Yes.
Right. And so
Yeah,
again,
that's right.
that's where there's the acknowledging, yes, I was doing this behavior. I devastated the relationship. Now we need to come to the table to heal this thing. It takes one person, a relationship. It takes two to heal
Yeah.
a relationship. And that's something that I see often is generally the person who was betrayed. I'm not suggesting you're in this boat. The person who was betrayed thinks you need to go get help and then everything's going to be fine. And it doesn't work like that. Both people now need to get help because the relationship has there's an earthquake in the foundation. So now we
Yes.
have to rebuild something. And I think that's what you're longing for. It's like, okay, maybe I believe you that you're not watching porn, but the foundation of trust needs to be rebuilt. Trust is lost in
Yes.
buckets, but earned in drops.
Yes, yes. And would you suggest like couples counseling or something like that? Or because I think we were going to do your he was going to do one of your groups, but it was just too early or too late in the like because we're in Australia, it was just too early for him to get up.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yes, I would suggest doing something, right? So whether it's my group or, find a therapist or counselor or whatever in Australia, my groups, the timing is hard for people in Australia, though I have guys that wake up at 5 a.m. and do it in Australia.
Yeah, he works at 5 a.m. He's a
Okay.
carpenter.
Okay. Yeah. So if the timing doesn't work, find something in your local geography, right?
Yeah.
A marriage counselor, a relationship counselor, find a coach in your area that works.
Do you know of any Australian ones by any chance?
No, because I only work with people who can't find any other ones in Australia, and then they come to me.
No.
The only person I know is WTF Do I Do Now coaching, but she's more of a betrayal coach in the sense that she, generally, not always, but she supports women who are deciding to leave their relationship. That's kind of her niche. I don't think she does like more classic relationship coaching. Check her out. But maybe churches. Is there a church community or something you could get involved with?
Oh, we're not religious, is all. I don't know if you would have to be to do that.
I mean, a faith community can have, many do have like counseling services that they offer, whether or not you believe in the faith or not. So
Okay.
if you're comfortable going that route, great.
Yeah.
So
Excellent. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for your advice. I'll definitely take that on board.
yeah, and again, I don't know what we talked about, but if you guys are interested in my groups, of course, we'd love to have you. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for sharing.
so much.
All right,
No worries.
bye bye.
Bye.
Coops Granny, welcome. Good to see. Okay, JB Selby, you're spamming the comments. Hey there, what's going on?
Hey, my name's Jacob. Nice to meet you, Austin.
Nice to meet you. Is porn cheating?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, and I used to not think that. Funny enough, when I used to not think that, I was watching porn.
Weird.
Right?
Yeah.
The justification is wild, right? Yeah. So,
So what are
I
your
think.
thoughts on prevention, you're saying?
Yeah. So my thoughts on prevention. So, I'm an ex-Mormon. I grew up Mormon. They have a very direct view on this type of topic, and I don't support the faith anymore. But there are some things they're really good at, and this is a topic they cover very
I
well.
believe in Jesus.
They have extremely extensive like processes and like I don't know if doctrine is the right word, like documents or going over like how to avoid this and how to handle it in a relationship. For example, when I was a Mormon missionary, I was in charge of like the IT work for all the missionaries in the area, which was about 300 people. And so I had to regularly like reset phones that had porn on them like missionaries for the church. And you always knew it was a problem because there was no transparency in the partnerships of the missionaries among each other. So, like, something my wife and I do now is, we have iPhones and we have the screen time feature, and so we lock each other's screen time down. So she has the pin for mine and I have the pin for hers. So we can't access certain things unless we're around each other. And we check each other's phones regularly, and just this like level of transparency and accountability and like doing things regularly like that, I think is what can make like a very practical approach, that I think is often lacking in relationships. So I wanted to hear what your thoughts were on that, and if that was something you ever used or have seen people use.
Yeah, so as a prevention technique to not watch porn, sure, that can be effective. However, that's not addressing the root of the issue. So is it useful? Yeah. But you're not going to behavior modify your way into true healing, in my opinion, or at least from the schools of thought that I follow. What I like to say is things like accountability apps or screen time is a great tool to buy time so that healing may occur. It's a tool that buys time so that healing may occur. So how do you actually heal then? You got to dive down, again, I talked about it earlier, down to the root of the issue. What got you to the pornography in the first place? What kept you there, and why do you stay there? Answering those questions, unpacking those questions, and then rebuilding your life based on those answers. That's the sustained path of healing, so that then you won't need the accountability software, because you won't even want to go watch pornography. I'm also not recommending to not ever have accountability software. Don't hear me in that. So
yeah, I'm with you on that. Well, for sure. I mean, you have to heal your heart or whatever is going on for you. You brought up the trauma that you had with your mother. Funny enough, I hadn't even thought about it before tonight that I have a very broken relationship with my mother and my father. I never considered that may have played a role in that for me in the past, and it honestly it probably did. Yeah, because for me the healing process was I was looking for human connection. I didn't have people in my life that cared about me. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for that intimacy, not sexual intimacy, just intimacy in general.
Yeah, relational intimacy. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's connection with other people, right?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it sounds like you've done great work, and there's another depth of healing to do in exploring that story or those stories. There's a great book, Make Sense of Your Story. It just came out a few months ago from Adam Young. He's kind of in the schools of thought that I like to follow, and it'll rock your world if you're ready for that level of healing. Make Sense of Your Story by Adam Young.
I'll look into it. Thanks. Yeah. Always could go for a good book.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. See you, man. As someone anti-software, what are the circumstances I'd recommend it? As someone's anti-software. I'm not anti it, Krista. I'm definitely not anti-software, accountability software. I would particularly, I think it's useful, like the woman who is on Nikita, like if something that she might be wanting from her partner is, hey, I would feel more comfortable if you would put this accountability software on your phone. If the partner is like, no, I don't want that, you're trying to control me, I'd be like, dude, put the software on your phone. She's telling you she wants it, and it's going to help her feel safe. So put it on your phone. So that would be like a very clear example, or I'd say, yeah, do it. Yeah, it's 100% for the betrayed partner. Somebody said, yeah, I think I wouldn't say 100%, but in many cases, it can absolutely be for the betrayed partner. Can I book a chat without my husband? He's the addict. I'm trying to heal myself from his actions. Yes, Hannah, you can. Go to the link in my bio. Click on the discovery call link. And it's $1 for a 30-minute call. It says start here, book a discovery call. I have coaching groups, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction or other unwanted sexual behavior, as well as for women dealing with betrayal trauma. I have groups both for men and women. It's a great environment to heal together in community. Do you ever work with couples that have DV? Can you share about that? How do I answer that? No, I don't want to share about it. I feel like that gets into a no. I don't want to talk about that. I gotta go potty. How do I turn this thing off? Be right back. All right, I'm back. Like and share, people. If you like my content, give me a follow up there. What's my lo-fi playlist? Great question. It's on Spotify. It's called Lo-Fi Beats. It's the best. I love this playlist. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. Is porn cheating?
Yes.
Okay.
I have been cheated on many, many times.
Okay. Sorry to hear that.
I'm a longtime follower. Um, I try to follow your advice when you say believe the behavior, but it's kind of hard when you're working with a very manipulative person.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can give me any tips on how to like tell a difference between behavior and like almost trying to just manipulate that behavior, mimic that behavior that he thinks that he should have.
Okay. How long have you been dealing with this?
We've been together for 7 years, and I found out 2 years ago.
Okay. Do you guys have kids?
Yes, 2 kids.
Okay. Okay. I don't know that the answer to your question is the right question or answer. That's what it's going through my head right now. My sense is there's a lot more here.
In what way?
I don't know yet. Does he think it's a problem? His pornography
I don't know.
use? Okay.
So there was like multiple discovery days. Oh, sorry, it's hard to talk about. There was multiple discovery days, so I don't think initially he thought that it was a problem. And he like did the screen time and did the blockers and the apps and things like that. And then it became more of a problem. Like, to my understanding, it became like multiple times a day after he tried to put some of those blockers up. And then I think he realized like this actually might be a problem. But I don't think that he really thinks that I should be as affected by it as I am.
Okay. So it's taken him a while to kind of understand or acknowledge, at least to some reasonable degree, that it is a problem. And he doesn't, your sense is he doesn't think that it should be affecting you as deeply as it is.
Yes.
Okay. How can you put words to the impact it's had on you?
Oh, I don't think I could put words on it. I guess I could just say it has really stole a lot of the joy that I had. Um, it took my innocence in a way. I see things differently. I view the world differently, view all men differently. Um, it just made me a little bit more cold than I used to be.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um. Yeah, that makes sense. Have you told him that?
Yes.
And you're not getting the response that you're wanting, right?
No, I think I just naturally am a more open person. Um, but no, he's never opened up to me in that way or really fully apologized to me for what
Mm-hmm.
he's done either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he's not fully owning it. Well, does he want to change?
I don't know because he says that he already has.
Okay. Well, okay, so you were kind of questioning whether to believe the behavior or not. What behavior have you seen that indicates he's truly embracing change?
So I guess I should say that I never would have thought that he even watched, much less had an addiction. It wasn't ever a thought that crossed my mind until I actually caught him red-handed on a holiday.
Hmm.
Um, and so I guess I just say that to kind of give you background of like I didn't really notice any behavior before, although we didn't have a very healthy or fun sex life. But I just thought, maybe that's having young kids, maybe I'm asking for too much. Um, so I never picked up on any of those behaviors before. We have a fantastic friendship and relationship. Um, so as far as change behaviors, I guess like our sex life is better now, but I just still don't feel like we have the connection that I want to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As far as like communication, one of the things I've asked him to do is just talk to me about it, tell me what triggers you, tell me things that you've learned about yourself through this journey. And I've never got any of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What type of recovery work has he done?
Not a lot. He's ordered a lot of books. I don't think he's read any of them. He's done therapy on and off. We started couples therapy together early on in the discovery, and that just wasn't going well. I felt like the therapist was very one-sided and happened to fall on his side, unfortunately.
With regard to what? Porn?
Yes. Yeah, like some of the comments, she was like, all of this over porn, like, don't you think that's extreme?
Did you ask for a refund?
No, I actually started seeing her on my own, oddly enough, just because I wanted her to, I felt like I was trying to be her therapist, and just let her
Hannah,
in on, yeah.
why?
Well, just because I felt like she needed to know my side of the story because I feel like we were dealing with a manipulative person. So, um, I saw her on my own for just a few sessions and it was okay. I think that she just has her own personal views on pornography and they don't align with mine. And honestly, I wouldn't have ever thought it would have been this big of a deal, um, until it landed itself in my marriage and I figured out that my husband and the person that was supposed to be my best friend had been struggling with it for 15 years. I didn't know that. I didn't know that happened to people.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, what are you hoping for to be different?
Um, just communication. Even if he could just come to me and say, I have struggles. These are some of my triggers, things like that. I mean, I would be open to hearing that, but I know he's not willing to do that, at least right now. That's just not him as a person.
Have you, well, I guess you did the counseling, but that wasn't very helpful. Um, okay. Um, so you're wanting communication to be more open. You're wanting to hear more about his recovery work. You said he's bought a lot of books. Books are great to buy, but they're even better when you read them, and they're even
Yeah,
better
I agree.
when you do what they say, or at least let the knowledge marinate in your body so that it can turn into wisdom.
Hmm.
So you're in a tough spot. You've tried to get help with a provider who, from what I am hearing you saying, is it was hard to even get your partner to get to the table to begin with, and then that kind of didn't go over well because the person was encouraging porn, or at least not understanding why it was such a problem. So the person wasn't even helping you through betrayal.
No.
Um, so what do you want to do?
Mm, I don't know yet. It was really unfortunate timing when I found out. I was pregnant, we were growing our family, and so for the past year, in the beginning of it, I thought that I could fix everything. I was like, oh, I can fix this. I'll do everything and it'll be better. And I tried really hard to fix our marriage and to fix him in the process, and I kind of left myself out of that. Um, and so for
Yeah,
the past year and a half, I've been really focusing on myself. Maybe not necessarily healing from everything that happened, but just trying to find a way forward. But I definitely feel traumatized.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so I don't know. I keep kind of just waiting for the day that it happens again and I have a new discovery and it will be worse this time.
yeah. And that's not a good place to be for you. Um, well, you asked earlier about a call. You absolutely can book a call. I'd be happy to chat with you. I have resources in a group for women going through betrayal. I do work with couples as well. I have a community for men, groups for men as well. Um, Now, look, I'm not saying I'm the answer, um, and some sort of bringing this to the light for him is what will help him progress. Okay, you're longing to know what's going on for him. How are you doing? What are you struggling with? What's bringing you joy? What's working? What's not working? And you're not getting that. how do you make that happen? Well, I don't know. Well, I do know, but you have to have a willing participant who's going to join you in that. And you can't make him do all of that stuff. So this is where you don't have to, but you get to for the sake of your relationship, your life. What's it going to take from you to take a stand for this relationship, for him and with him? To say, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore. I want more. What do you actually want to say to him?
I feel like I've said most everything that I want to say to him. I guess more than anything, I want to know why. And I know enough now to know that it's not about me, that it's not personal, and that took a long time to figure out. And so I really had spent a lot of time just digging at the why,
Mm-hmm.
and I've never gotten that. And I don't know that he knows that either.
Yeah, he probably doesn't. And that's such a common thing for betrayed partners. They just want to know why. Until there can be like boundaries or containment on what we're dealing with and why we're dealing with it, it's very hard to find stable footing. And even the guest a few ago, the guy who said he was an ex-Mormon, I don't know if you heard him talking, but he even just me sharing a little bit of my story, it piqued an interest for him. Oh, maybe there's something having to do with my parents about why I'm doing the things that I'm doing or was doing the things that I'm doing. Right. And that guy, I can't remember your name to him, but he sounds like he had already done some great work, and there's this new level of healing to dive into. I've been doing this 8 years, my own healing work. I still find things. So, shoot. I shared something in my men's group the other day, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, a story, a sexually traumatic story for me when I was a young boy. And I shared it in my group because I always lead by example, or try to. And I shared the story, and after I shared it, I was like, shoot, I think I got to unpack this one. So what I do, I called my coach the next day. Said, Coach, got another one. We got to dive into this. And then we did. So my point is healing. What is my point? There can be a lack of awareness to that healing is even a thing and possible. And once we start doing it, it becomes exciting because it unlocks more possibility for our life. And it's not.
And that's the
like,
point that I want to get to
yeah.
with him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I don't, like, what is something that maybe your wife did through your healing journey that made you feel safe and comfortable and made you, like, what was your turning point? If you
Yeah.
don't mind me asking.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Real quick, Krista, when will I be live? Krista, you should know this by now. I don't know. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. Definitely not Sunday because I'm going to California. Are you in Southern California, though, Krista, for real? I do know I will be live Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, though. You guys will want to tune in for that. But probably not tomorrow night because I have to wake up early for my flight. So it'll probably be Monday night or Tuesday night after my group, so I'll be live again. But now that I'm back in action in the studio, I'll be doing regular lives again, assuming I don't get banned. Okay, all right, no problem, Krista. Okay, so what was your question again?
So what is something that your wife did that made you feel comfortable or encouraged you, to keep communication open? Or like
Yeah,
what did that look like? Like what was the turning point where you were like, "Oh, I can be honest with my wife."
yeah. Well, it's not what my wife did necessarily, though she did. But I immediately, so I never got caught. I never got caught with porn. I never got caught with affairs. I have a squeaky clean record that I'm not proud of because I was a master at deceit, a master at hiding things. So when I decided to come clean, I went to her and confessed to her. So for me, the show was over. I'm done with this. I am done with this. I am so done. It's time to live life differently. So I, 2 feet in, jumped in and embraced recovery work. I immediately started working with a therapist. I did group work. I got involved in the church, and I started sharing my story of what was going on. Now, here to more directly answer your question, the thing is, there's so much shame generally that people struggling with sexual issues, are carrying, that they feel like if they were to voice these words to another person, the way I language it for me when I went through this is I'm like, I am going to instantly spontaneously combust if anybody ever knows these things that I did. But in reality, when these things are shared in a trustworthy environment, we are generally left with love, and we are met with love and care and compassion and kindness, and that was also my experience. So I was able to be in healing environments that allowed for that to happen, which then extended into my marriage. I was able to then unashamedly share these things with my wife that I was discovering, to where it wasn't coming from a place of deficit of, oh my gosh, if only I share this, or I make it sound better than it actually was, and blah, 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 then maybe she'll still love me and accept me. It's like, no, here's all the truth. Here it is. You can still love me or not, but I'm going to tell you the truth. That's the attitude I took, and that's the attitude I think is helpful. Just get all the truth out there and let it be. And again, generally, with real quick, when we can get to the why, the root of the why, then it can make sense, and we can make sense of our story. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you for sharing that. I often think about how differently things would be for my husband and I if he would have approached it that way. Unfortunately, I was the one that caught him
Yeah,
several times over. And even in those moments, he still wasn't honest. Um,
yeah,
and so that's why it's hard for me because it's like I know I'm not getting the full story.
yeah,
And I feel like at this point, I live with that every day. I live with a half truth or a complete
absolutely.
lie. I don't know.
Absolutely. And that's why there's the concept of disclosure, full disclosure. That's what the therapeutic world calls it, where
Hmm.
you put everything out there on the table. Sometimes it's done with a lie detector at the end, or during the process, to get everything out there.
Hmm.
You get to ask whatever question you want, and he gets to answer them, hopefully truthfully. So until
We
you,
did do a full disclosure. We did not do a polygraph test. That's something that I think I would like to explore in the future.
mhm. Well,
Um,
did you do it with the pro porn therapist?
no.
Okay.
So actually, I forgot to mention this. Caitlin, I don't know her last name, and Honest
Yeah.
Love.
Uh-huh.
I worked with her
Good night,
alone
Krista.
and did a couple, yeah, and did a couple of sessions with her and
Mm-hmm.
kind of followed her guidance on full disclosure questions
Mm-hmm.
that I presented to him. And I have probably questioned the level of honesty of those every day since, and that's been well over a year ago that we did that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that was very emotionally draining for me. Um, and that's not something I'm really ready to revisit.
Yeah.
I guess my last question, and then I'll leave you alone, and I'll book a chat. Like, my biggest fear is that this has translated to a physical affair.
Mm.
How would I know, or would I know
I don't know.
if he's not? I mean, like, what's the likelihood of that? Like, and the men that you work with, like, is that common? Does that just because you have an addiction, does that mean that you're also physically cheating with another person?
Well, porn use always escalates. It doesn't always escalate into physical cheating, though it does sometimes. It did for me. In my experience, generally, how old are you guys roughly? You don't have to be precise.
25.
Okay, 25. In my experience, this is so unscientific. I cannot stress that enough. In my experience, my read on kind of what I'm hearing from you is, I don't even want to say that because I don't want to give you false
That's okay.
hope or whatever. But my read is generally people in their 20s who it's heavily into porn. It does just stop there with porn. Now, I would say if you have some sort of reason to believe there's been physical affairs, then yeah, of course, walk that path out. But if the fear is just purely, did this pornography escalate into physical? Again, without evidence, I wouldn't give that much headspace. But again, I know very little about your situation.
Well, I mean, that makes me feel better because I don't have evidence of that. It's just when everything comes crashing down on you, it makes you question your whole life.
Totally.
And then you're dealing with somebody that masked this very, very well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but thank you
But
so much.
yeah, and it's something I ask guys a lot. I tend to have guys tell me the truth. Not always, but certainly I think guys are pretty truthful with me once there's trust built. Is I'll ask them that question: has it been physical? No. Okay. I'm like, are you sure? Are you lying? Because if you are lying, like, now's the time, man. Everything is worse if you lie. I can tell you from experience. Everything is worse if you lie. And so you just got to get it out there. So again, another way to do that, like if that really is a burning question for you though, and like you've done a full disclosure, it could just be, again, and this is a request you can make as a way that he can rebuild trust is, hey man, I got it. Look, I believe you. You stopped watching porn. I'm still dealing with betrayal. I know you said you haven't had a physical affair. I would feel better if you would take a polygraph for that one specific thing.
Yeah.
Like that's an option. But
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Anyways, yeah, book a chat if you want to chat more.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Nice talking to you.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh. Why are all these people begging? Pick me. Yeah, seriously, the pick me's. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi.
Hi.
Do you hear me?
No.
You don't hear me?
Oh no, I do hear you.
Okay.
Is porn cheating?
Can you give me a minute? I'm in my. Walk out the room. Well, you should be asleep. Anyway.
I'm watching Eli.
All right. I'm gonna walk out for a minute, okay? And I'll be right back. Sorry. I honestly did not know that you would pick me next. I will, baby. I'm going right out there. Don't worry. Sorry. I didn't think it would be me. I was like, let's go to bed. I have a few points and questions because this is my first time ever hearing of you. So I have obviously questions on like why your title is that. If that makes sense. So, oh, hold on. She doesn't want me to shut the door.
She's gonna start talking about taxes soon.
Sorry, real shit.
Philippines.
Bathroom, okay? Let's smoke a cigarette. Sorry, my trashy ass self. But anyway, so this is my first time running across from you, so it's really cool that I got connected. I've been wanting to because I didn't listen too much to other people's what they were saying. I heard little bits, but like I have my daughter that's there, so So I'm curious on why
Daughter's bossing you around too.
Yeah, hell yeah. she's a Capricorn and I'm a Cancer, and if you know anything about Cancers, we're like, okay, baby, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like we're working it out. She's also 7 though, and she knows. Anyway, sorry, all that.
What's
What
up,
is
D? Okay, well, what's your name? Ray?
Okay, so no, my name's Raiden, like Mortal Kombat, but it's spelled different.
All right, Raiden. Well, my
Raiden.
name's Austin. It's nice to meet you. Is
Nice to
porn
meet you
cheating?
too. I think it depends on the scenario.
Got it. What
Would I say
scenario
it's
would it
cheating?
be or
In
wouldn't
my
it be
mind?
cheating?
Wait, what'd you say?
Well, whose mind do you think I'm asking? I'm talking to you.
I'm thinking truthfully, if I'm gonna be real, the majority. I feel like the majority does not
I'm
think
not
that.
talking to the majority. I'm talking to you. Is porn cheating?
No, unless
No.
from what my experiences, no, because I enjoy porn. Sometimes it's better to do it yourself and then do it with them later. You feel me? So no, to me, porn is not cheating. But let's say I've never dealt with the experience because, like, as I was reading comments and like listening, yeah, like it could be, I guess, because like, all right, I don't know if you saw people bringing me up with the poly addict thing, but I'm a poly addict, so like,
What does that
do you know
mean?
what that means?
No.
Okay. So poly addiction is basically you have you're addicted to multiple things. So I was like meth, crack, pills, whatever it was during that time. Not now. Besides like weed, but like I'm legal. But anyway, so poly addict is that. So yes, low key, in my opinion, weed or I mean porn can be addictive, which is part of poly addiction. And on drugs, that makes it a lot different because I'm not going to speak on that because I will say like METH or CRACK, something like that will make it heightened. But even just out of that, let's say the drugs were not a part of it. I don't think it's cheating, but I can see why others see it if they are feeling that way. Like I had a friend named Heather. Her baby daddy walked into Spencer's and she's throwing a fit that he looked at a picture of a girl that had like lingerie on. To me, that's not cheating, no. But I can understand where cheating can come from. But no, at the end of the day, I really don't think it's cheating unless it's to a level that maybe I haven't experienced. And maybe I'm just ignorant to this. But like, I'll watch it with them. I watch porn on my own, they watch porn on their own. Like, as long as you don't make it such an obsessive thing where that's more important than anything else, and you have this ideology that, like, oh, like, this is better than anything. Because, like, the reason I brought up poly, so meth. My baby daddy was meth, and myself, it became more, and you'll see why I'm bringing this up, but METH. It was like better than SEX because of how like the high was, the visuals, all that. But sober self, I don't think I've ever dealt with anyone full on blown out, but like I can see where it can be. But no, in my opinion, if you're doing it correctly with your partner, with yourself, with them, whoever, I don't think it's cheating, but I do understand why some women feel like it is cheating. I will say that.
Got it.
Sorry, I have bipolar, so I'm a mad talker, and I've been drinking. It's not like 2 p.m. I'm ready to go to bed in a minute.
Okay. Why don't you just go to bed now?
Well, so you have no opinion to what I said?
Which part?
Mainly that, what I just said, that I think you're right. I'm sorry, I have ADHD. I'm all over the head. So, all right, let me specify. No, I
right.
do not think porn is cheating long as
Raylan.
that.
Hey, Raylan.
Raiden.
Oh, Raiden. Like Mortal Kombat, right?
Period, yeah.
Period. Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to ruin anything. I just wanted to bring up that, like, to me, in my opinion, as long as y'all have good communication, it's not cheating. But if y'all are sneaking around, hiding it from someone, that can be similar to cheating, yes. But do I think
Got it.
it's actually cheating? I'm not sure because you're not physically.
Got it.
If that makes, you know what I mean?
Now it makes sense. I got it. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. I'm a husband of 5 years. Can I come up? Sure, anonymous. And I'm gonna wrap this up here in just a minute. So, hey there,
Hello?
what's going on?
Wow, I can't believe I actually got accepted. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I got you. It's porn cheating.
Yes, I think it is.
Okay, why?
Well, I don't think, I'm gonna just define cheating for what I see it as, not other people what I think, but for me personally, when I know that my wife and our relationship it would be altered different if I cheated and had sex with another woman versus porn, right? Because at the beginning of our marriage, I got married at 18. I was frequently watching porn before we got married. I didn't know how destructive it was at the time because I wasn't with another woman, and then I got married. So anyway, point is, um I don't think it's the same level of cheating with an actual physical woman. But I do think it's extremely destructive, and I do think it's, for me personally, considered cheating. And the main reason would be anything that is damaging to your intimate life with your wife, anything that is finding that release in other women and other things of that nature versus what you can find in your wife is damaging to the way you see her. And the comparing constantly, whether you like it or not, when a man is watching porn, it is a comparison of what you get in reality of what life you're actually living with your wife. And the reality is, you can have the most beautiful model woman in the world, which I believe my wife is extremely beautiful, and I love her so much. It doesn't matter. No one can compare to the millions of different links and white people on the internet. And funny enough, I used to be a diehard Christian growing up. I recently left a cultish environment where this was very much pushed. And one of the only things that I've taken with me is that, Christianity or not, porn is very clearly extremely destructive. And in my mind, I think it's cheating. I'm not going to say that I don't slip up once in a while. I'll be completely honest. And I'm very open with my wife about my struggles and how I'm getting better. But yeah, man, it's too scientifically proven what it does to your brain and what it does to your intimate life with your wife and what it does to her. I don't think any woman can honestly say it doesn't hurt them knowing that their man watches porn frequently. And coming from someone who lived for a couple years or probably a year was strictly with no porn and actually was doing very well for a while there, the difference that it makes in our intimate life was insane, and I'm working back towards that now.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, man. Thanks for sharing. Love that. Love how you put that. Yeah, the whole comparison thing. I mean, that's you put that really well. Once you start comparing to whatever body you want on the internet, and you start curating your experience of what you think sex is or what sex should be, you're toast. Your intimate life is done because your wife can never compare to that. It's an unfair. It's a rigged system. And then if she does start trying to compete with the porn, which a lot of women do, they're like, well, what do I need to do in the bedroom, or what do I need to wear? What do I need to say? That's a losing game as well that they can never win. So you're both screwed once you're in that game.
Not
No
to
pun
mention
intended.
if I were to find my wife watching porn, or if that were to come up, the ego and the the double standard of men being okay with women watching porn, I guarantee they would not be okay with it with the other way around.
Yeah.
And that as well. But anyway, I really appreciate you letting me coming on, man. It's just, it almost ruined my marriage, Christianity or not. It almost ruined my marriage, and I think that anyone who allows that into your relationship long term, it's going to be extremely destructive. And why would I go up to my wife on our wedding day and say vows, saying things like, "For better, for worse, you're the only one for me," and then go off and watch another woman have sex with a different man? That just makes logically no sense, and it's extremely violating to vows and trust.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for sharing, man.
Absolutely, man.
All right, see ya. One of my favorite quotes again. I'll read it. The more you use porn, the more it adversely affects your sexual life. Research has actually shown that the best way to have less sex and less satisfying sex is to watch porn. Porn simultaneously overloads you with sexual stimulation while also teaching you to only consider your own sexual desires. porn is so appealing not merely because it is erotic, but also because it lets you create a world where nothing is required of you. Real sex asks you to know and develop your desires while also learning to study, delight, and call forth the desires of another. Therefore, if you want to limit your sexual potential, porn is the fastest route to do so. That's good old Jay Stringer for you. All right. All right, I'm going to go to bed. Do I go to bed or do I take another guest? We'll take another one. Do I watch corn? I do not watch corn. Not the corn type. However, I was just on vacation in Wisconsin and I was in a literal cornfield. If you guys watched the most recent video I posted of a cornfield, I took that video. In my friend's cornfield. Hey there, what's going on?
How's it going?
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
Wisconsin cornfield.
Yeah, man.
I'm from the Midwest, so
Dude, I went to the Field of Dreams too. Have you been there?
I have not.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Do it.
All right. So what's the topic?
Is porn cheating?
Oh, I mean, I was listening to your last guest and that you had up, and he had some very valid points. I mean, it could be to a certain extent, but if it gets to that point to where you're using porn over your significant other, I could see that.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. Do you watch porn?
I mean, every now and then.
Every now and then. Like how often?
I mean, I'm a pretty sexual person, so I don't know, maybe once a month?
Once a month. Got it. Are you married?
I am.
Does your partner know?
That I watch porn?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not 100%. No, I don't think so, no.
Is she there? Could we ask her?
No, she's sleeping. If you were to ask her,
wake her up.
Ask her.
I would say, hey, are you aware that your partner watches porn?
So, are you considering porn as cheating?
Well, yeah, I'd say it's cheating.
Yeah. How so?
Are you? I'm sorry. Did you say you're married?
I am. Yes.
Got it. What did you say to your wife on your wedding day?
Get off live.
Is,
It's so embarrassing.
do you know he watches porn? Let's get her on, man. She's awake now.
That's my daughter.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, so
Bluey, bingo.
how do you even know this?
Me? How do I know
Him?
about Blue?
Oh, me.
Bro, where do you
Alright,
live?
anyhow.
Why are your children awake?
I have no idea. That's my oldest. How does she know this?
Is she watching you on TikTok right now?
She says she can follow me when I go on live.
Oh, so she knows you're online talking about your porn use right now.
I don't fucking use porn. That's the thing.
You just said you do once a month.
I said every now and then.
Once a month or so.
Yeah. Well, I don't want her hearing this, so I gotta go.
Have a good day tomorrow, man. We'll see ya.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Later, man. Oh, man. Oh, how could TikTok have banned this? How could TikTok have banned this? Oh, man. Hey, for my regulars, what do you think of my new profile picture? I was having issues again with my old logo. They were like not letting me update my profile. It was very annoying. So I just put my new headshot up. But do you, from like a branding standpoint, what do you think? That was wild. It's giving LinkedIn. I did put it on LinkedIn as well. I mean, more like, do you like miss seeing the porn coach logo, or you're like, yeah, great. It's just a headshot. We'll do one more.
Hello.
Hey there. What's going on?
Not much, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
You know, I would say, what's the? I want to answer that, but I want to hear your perspective on this before I can actually answer because it's kind of important. Is thinking and lust for someone else cheating, or is it the physical act of you doing something with your eyes that you think makes it cheating?
That's a good question. Well, I'm the host here, so is porn cheating? I'll get to your question, but first, I'm asking you, is porn cheating?
I mean, I would say yes.
Okay, got it. I believe if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person, you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul till death do us part. If you deviate from that commitment, whether it's using a person on a screen or otherwise, I think you violated the commitment and you therefore have committed a betrayal and have cheated.
So you can violate it just by thought, though? Or it has to be the act of viewing with your eyes?
I think you can violate it with thought. If you're fantasizing or imagining having sex with other women, planning, yeah, sure. I think so. What do you think?
I would say that, just pure thought wouldn't be cheating. Like for instance, if I walked by a woman in public and I thought to myself, wow, she's a pretty girl, but I never walked up and approached her and never said anything to her. I mean, you would think that's cheating?
Well, that's very different. Acknowledging that there's a beautiful people out there is very different than lusting after and cultivating lustful thoughts. Right?
I'll agree with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, is it the same as physical cheating? No. Right?
Right.
But again, what is cheating? When does cheating become cheating? Is it the moment of insertion? Probably not.
I would say no, definitely not. Way before that.
Way before that, right? So when does cheating become cheating? That's the philosophical question, right?
Well, I mean,
but here, like put it to the test, right? Like if are you married?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, let's say there's a couple and the woman asks the man, "Hey, what are you thinking about right now?" And he's like, "Banging some other woman." Like, okay, that's a problem, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree, but here's the same in the same context. If I said, "Hey, who's your favorite actor?" and they say, "Oh, I love Johnny Depp. He's a gorgeous man." Is that not the same thing? Is that not a lustful thought? I mean, do they love him because he's acting, or do they love him because he's attracted to him? So.
Yeah, I think you're getting into gray territory there, right? If it's like, oh yeah, I like XYZ actor, plays the roles well, fine. But if it's again Man, I love Wolf of Wall Street. I just love, what's his name? Leo in that movie. And boy, I just like to see more of that. Okay, that's a problem.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, I get that, but I mean, yeah, if I said, "Hey, I think Jennifer Aniston's hot for 59 or whatever she is," right? Is that cheating? If I'm married?
I don't know. Let's ask your wife what she thinks.
Oh well,
I know. Yeah, I mean, look, man, you're obviously you're diving into the nuance of that. Where is that line when cheating becomes cheating? I would say once you willingly decide to take your eyes, or more importantly, your heart away from your partner and put it on somebody else and let it linger there, that's a problem.
Okay, so if I was married, yeah, and I walked outside in very, let's say, provocative clothing and went around town and had other people interested in me on purpose, would that be cheating?
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I think that it's obviously a gray area, of course, but somebody else's thoughts towards me wouldn't be me cheating. No.
Well, I would want to know where is your heart at when you decide to go out and do that.
Exactly right, and I'm glad you asked that question because I think it's kind of important to the topic here. Is you're saying is corn cheating, and I feel like there's so many different types of cheating. If you're wearing very provocative clothing outside as a woman, that could be considered cheating in my mind.
It certainly would raise eyebrows. Hey, why are you doing that?
Yeah, right. I mean, so maybe you should do a talk one day. Is wearing provocative clothing outside cheating on your significant other? As ridiculous as that sounds.
Thank you for the suggestion. I respectfully decline. No, man, I get it, but look, it's, I love the questions, by the way, right? Because, when does cheating become cheating? But there are a lot of people come on here and they're like, well, it's not physical, so it's not cheating. And then you just ask that one question. Well, when does it become cheating? Is it the moment of insertion? And if you say yes, then we got a whole lot of other stuff to talk about, which some people do say yes to that.
Well, yeah,
Right.
I mean, I could say in that same regard, and I'm not religious, but they say sin starts with the thought. Right?
Mhm.
So I would say that cheating, in my mind, starts with the thought, of course, because where else would you begin?
Mm-hmm. A wise man once said, if a man who looks at a woman with lustful intent has committed adultery with her in his heart.
Exactly right. You quoted the words that I was going to say next.
Mhm.
So yeah, I really think that if we were going to go there, that cheating starts with the thought, because I mean, that's the obvious logical place where you would start the beginning, and the thought of that lustful action with somebody else.
Yeah. And then if you water that thought, what happens? You can't help the first look. You can't help the first thought. But you can help the second look, or how long you look, and you can help how far you take that thought.
Yeah. So with that regard, I think that if you were sitting at home on the couch with your significant other, and you were watching a movie, and you were looking at this person on the screen with lust in your eyes, saying, oh, their body is so nice, their face is so attractive, you're technically cheating as well. And I think that the majority of people, unfortunately, in the world today already do that.
All right. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me come up.
All right. See you, man. Bye-bye. All right. I'm going to bed. Best guest of the night was the Filipino tax guy. Best guest of the month. Man, Hey, W's in the for all the Oops, that wasn't the W button. W's in the chat for all the guests tonight. Guys, it is so good to be back. I can't even tell you, for those of you who are on my live when I was wandering the streets of Oregon on the coast, rethinking everything in my life on my backup account. Oh man, that was quite the night. I'm so glad I got my account back. I honestly, I just really enjoy doing this. This is what I do professionally. For those of you who maybe just found me tonight, I'm a coach, a porn and sex addiction recovery coach. I also help women with betrayal trauma. If you're interested in working with me, joining one of my groups, you can go to the link in my bio and schedule a discovery call for $1. And it's a call where we just talk about your situation and if I may be able to help or point you to other resources. I also do one-on-one coaching. I'm not a therapist. What I do can look like therapy at times. But I do one-on-one work with individuals and couples as well. You can get info on that and the link in my bio as well. Like I said, Sunday I'm going to California. I'm going to be on the Jubilee show for a segment featuring ex-addicts. So it's being filmed on Sunday. I'm excited for that. I don't know when it'll air. And then Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. Pacific, I'm going to live stream an interview with Heather Nielsen from Fight the Beast. If you guys don't follow her or aren't familiar with her, you might have seen her go viral on TikTok. She still is an anti-porn recovery coach. And then she's just started an OnlyFans a few days ago. And the internet kind of went wild. I mean, she's not that well known. So when I say it went viral, it got 2 million views or something, which is great, but it's not like it went super nuts. But I had like 3 people message me, and I've collabed with her in the sense like we've done. I've been on her live before. She's been on my live, and we'll just say I'm not surprised. I was always skeptical, and we'll just say I will not hold anything back when I have this interview with her. I will speak the truth. We'll see how long the interview goes on for. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific on Monday. 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. Now, she's already rescheduled once. Seems to be a little flaky, so don't hold me to that. If nothing changes, it should be 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. My intention is to stream it live on TikTok. I already asked her. I said, hey, do you mind if I live stream it? She said yes. So I'm going to stream it like I always stream on TikTok and YouTube. So follow me here. Follow me on YouTube if you want to watch it there. But I'm looking forward to that. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. If you like my content, if not, no problem. That's fine. Don't follow me. I don't care. But until next time, make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. We'll see you next time. That's a good idea, Kay. I'll double confirm it with her and then make it like a live event. All right.